But yeah, I think this is a hero where mid one can absolutely thrive. This is where he likes to play, right? He likes being able to just run around, and he just likes killing shit. Let's be honest here. He just likes to kill things, and this is the perfect hero for him to do so. But VP, they've got Ramses on Terrorblade again. We saw what he did in that last game. Let's see if they can do it again.
And what an exciting way, really, to end this patch 7.19. Can Secret destroy the Terrorblade in his final form?
They've got ways to do so. They've got some counters here, like we saw. The PL, majority of the times in this tournament, it's gone the TB's favor. In that one game from Secret earlier today, the PL was able to do it. Nisha played incredible, had super amount of farm. They had great ways to control it. And in this game, too, they do have ways to control this Terrorblade. They've got Earthshaker, they've got Timbersaw, two heroes that can be very strong versus it. And even the Necrophos, even throw in a Silencer. If you have your BKB and your Manta, sure, you're defended from Global Silence, but when you have those on cooldown, Global can really be a thing to punish to not allow you to get those Sunders off. So see if Secret can execute this, and we'll see if Pasha can execute on this Magnus.
Let's see the last game. At least we had a close start in terms of the lanes. Let's see in the middle, no one have a very nice time in terms of getting farm on the OD. This time the matchup going to be a little bit harder. We'll see at least mid one be able to play it very safe. It's unlikely we're going to see this Timbersaw go down, and he can get aggressive onto no one. To the point as well where it's going to sort of be down to who hits that 6 first.
Oh, he can definitely look to get kill threat. I mean, I think mid one could go for like the 3 points in the Whirling Death, and if you can get the 2 stacks of the stat reduction on a DK, you can go for the kills. And we can also see Yapsor's rotation being a big factor here. This is the first time that we see Secret deviate from their usual plan, where they run that 3 heroes aggro and then just leave Zai sacked. This game, they've got Zai positioned in a place where he can have rotations from Yapsor, give him a successful lane. So we have to watch how Zai can do down here versus this Ramses. And immediately we already see Yapsor. He's cutting creep waves. He's manipulating the bottom wave to give Zai a better start in this game.
See how much VP can do in response to that. You can see Roger sort of heading over with that pull. See how far he wants to chase it and try and sort of get at least something from the way that the creeps are going to meet between that tier 1 and tier 2 tower on Secret's half of the map. Yep, a good few punches in onto Puppy.
I'm going to be looking a lot toward the rune rotations too. Those 2-minute marks, we will probably see at least a bottle come out on the Timbersaw, and Yapsor look to secure these runes. If we see another situation where, I mean, mid one gets like an arcane rune into a regen rune or something, that's where he can definitely look for kill threat too. No one though, already off to a great start. These first few waves, 10 last hits, the DK. You're not under too much pressure until the levels build up. Like you said, it's usually the level 6 from the Timbersaw that you have to watch out for, but mid one is definitely going to look to play aggressive.
Yapsor is chasing down Roger here. Does have a Fisher available. If you want to try to go for some sort of block off, as you'll just sort of follow the movement, get him trapped in.
Ooh, there's a haste from bottom
get a few punches. Yapsor has not got too much mana to play around with still. Continue to try and right-click down Roger. Roger trying to do his best to escape. It's a slap in, the tip coming out from Roger. Roger. He is getting chased back behind the tier 2, but
they're gonna watch each other.
They've not got
I love it. Oh, he walks in. Yapsor's like, I can hear Yapsor kind of like giggling probably while doing that too. There's so much respect between the two teams. I love it.
Top lane Nisha, Puppy, trying to see if they can get on top of Solo. Solo keeps his distance. The mid lane matchup at the moment, pretty even in farm. Slight edge for no one. 18 for 1 against the 15 for 2.
He's doing great. Having that Coiling Blade always helps you get those extra last hits when you're playing versus Timbersaw, who's reducing your stats. Also, of course, has that Breathe Fire plus CM aura, something we can't forget about here.
Sort of with the high regen that he's got from the Dragon's Blood. Hard for mid one to truly harass him out of the lane at the early levels.
Yeah. Like you said, it's mostly around that level 6, depending on like the rune luck.
Bottom. So Zai trying to get aggressive onto the 2 of them, Roger and Ramses. And Metamorphosis will turn, start to push Zai back, but a Fisher comes out. Blocks off any sort of aggressive attempt from VP.
Both side lanes from each side wanting to put the pressure on these carries. The top lane, Shockwave plus CM, Crystal Nova not going to be spammed out to Nisha, and bottom side, the Necrophos just throwing out those spells constantly.
Ramses! He's incredibly low. Side dives in, they'll get first blood, they'll lose Side for it, but they'll take that one. Maybe they'll lose Yapsor as well. He's tanking the tower a little bit too much. Roger starting to right-click him down, but the stick charges in the air. Yapsor will back off. They get first blood Secret.
Roger gets a lot of gold back for that kill, though. Even though it's the first blood that they get on Ramses, Roger actually gets more for the kill.
Top lane, bit of a chase down onto Puppey. Pasha doesn't have a point yet in the skewer, though. So will not be able to go any further. Puppey is out and back to safety.
And Roger got so much gold for that kill. It's crazy. Now Roger, though. There's an arcane rune on mid one.
He's in on top of the avalanche. Will slow him down a little bit. He has got the point in Timber Chain to use to try and close this gap. See if he can do it. He's in. One more should get him in range if Roger's not too careful with his positioning. Can Roger get himself away from this? He cannot. Mid one, rotating away from the middle lane, finds a kill.
And he would get an arcane rune, right? Just that little bit of cooldown reduction for him to close the gap on top of that Tiny. It's close to level 6. And they're actually looking to pose a threat onto Ramses again here. He gets blocked off by the fissure. Ramses!
He's got nowhere to run.
He is dead.
Azai and Yapzor, a second time down here, killing off the Terrorblade.
Gives no one the level 6 in the mid lane because mid one has spent some time away from it. So that tower threat, some tower pressure coming out here. They have the glyph immediately, though.
Mid one with that movement as well. Himself not quite having a 6.
Yeah.
Needs one more creep for it.
Needs his Soul Ring to come out too, but they need to actually use the Courier first top for Nisha so he can get that Aquila finished up and get some extra regen.
I've seen Yapzor around, but Yapzor not going to head forward and look to offer up a Bishop.
Mid one's a bit low on mana too, as we were saying.
It's top farm-wise. Nisha, 27 for 8. Pasha, though, also finding good farm on the top lane Magnus. Yapzor making the long movement up towards the top. Solo starts to get aggressive. They skewer forward. They're trying to bring down Puppey. They'll dive forward under the town with the shockwave. They get it. Solo tries to TP out, but Yapzor, Fisher cancels the escape from the CM. Pasha will be allowed to escape, though. Moves a little deeper, TP's away, stun from no one. Allows no one to pick up the haste rune. Mid one goes straight for the TP out. Will he be able to keep himself alive? He does. Heads up play, knows that he cannot outrun or stick around near that DK with the haste. He's straight back to base.
Aggressive moves from both sides. Nisha's still able to find a bit more farm, of course, than that Terrorblade down bottom, since Ramses did get punished twice with his life from the rotations. But no one having a great time in that mid lane, going just so much strength, right? The double bracer build we've seen built a lot of times on these strength heroes in the mid lane. Also the belt of strength too on top of that, just so he can tank through all this damage that can come out from a Timber Saw early on.
Ramses getting aggressive here onto Zai. Zai falling pretty low. Does still have the Ghost Shroud to fall back on. Maybe a little bit of a bait for Roger. He's going to miss the avalanche, but he gets the toss. It's not enough though. Zai heals back up under the cover of the Ghost Shroud. Ramses gets the Sunder, hits level 6, and can turn and beat down Yapzor. Getting 6 at just the right time. Mid lane, mid one. It's got a lot of mana to play around with. Will not connect with the Chakram though.
We said this man was going to play aggressive. Look at his skill build. The 4-1-1 on the Timber Saw.
It's the way to go against the DK. It could give him that kill opportunity.
Can make him fairly squishy, though, for rotations, but this is the way. I mean, it's mid one, right? We know he's going to play aggressive. Oh, doesn't get the range creep. Close for 7 minutes, 3-4. Experience dead even, gold pretty much the same, only 500.
No one's going to be careful. Yapzor can get the Fisher block off. No one's going to take a lot of damage here from the combo. He'll turn with a quick stun onto mid-bot. Holding back the Timber Saw for now. Yapzor tries to close the gap to get the follow-up. Control with the enchant totem of the aftershock, but cannot get on top of no one. So no one will escape. Movement speed there, just enough to allow him to retreat.
And just raw HP too, right? Like sure, he went strength versus a Timber Saw, but he's got 1700 health on a Dragon Knight. Seen this build done so many times now on these DKs, especially from no one. Wondering if this could be a game where he does go for the Radiance again, since he's versus PL. I say that, he literally instantly queued it up right before. So we saw him do this in one of their games earlier in the tournament, and it worked out great. This is another game where Radiance, good versus Necrophos, good versus PL as well.
Ramses also saw those 2 deaths down bottom, and knowing that Zai has the Reaper Siphon line, he's backing away from the bottom lane. We'll go into the jungle, Yapzor. He's got eyes on him.
Just an efficient move always too, right? Because then you give your support a lane, you let Roger get some farm up too, and you farm just incredibly fast always in the jungle as a Terrorblade.
Yapzor continuing to flow between middle lane and bottom lane. He's back
Roger
down
has
here.
to be careful.
Roger's starting to try and go a little aggressive onto Zy with the avalanche, but the Fisher blocks there. Zy, if you can bring him down low enough, he should have the chance to finish him off. Good
nice
toss
toss
from
away.
Roger. Very nice toss, and the TP out. He's away.
What a play.
Absolutely fantastic from Roger.
Puts him on the opposite side of that fissure. Just absolutely perfect there by the Tiny. Solo.
Oh. Tries to steal some of the creeps there from the low ground. Puppy and Nisha will be quick to chase. We are going to see Ramses turn up though. They'll lose Solo. But now Nisha, he doesn't have double gang, but they're confusing him. The illusion.
He's sending the illusion.
He's confused them. Oh! The mind games. Nisha able to outplay VP as they get drawn towards the illusion. Nisha moving in deeper, goes for the TP on the high ground. They don't see him there.
Yeah. Rams is a very efficient move. He's like, oh, I'm farming in this area anyway. Oh, look, a silence there. Quick sunder. Very nice. Bounty runes coming out. VP setting themselves up for the top ones, and Secret will get the bottom two.
Owen getting fortunate with the rune placement as well. He heads up towards the top, gets a regen rune.
Yapster's having very good farm as he's almost halfway to that Blink Dagger, so he's actually only going for the 1 point in the fissure.
Getting aggressive on Roger. Diving behind the tower, Zy still with the Reaper's Scythe ready to go. See if Roger can play his way out at this one. It's going to be harder. Mid one's here as well. They've got a lot of burst. Chakram will miss. Doesn't matter though. Roger just gets beaten down by the three of them. Secret make the move towards that tier 1 tower. They get the kill and they can put some pressure onto it as well. They'll keep the mid lane to Nisha's PL.
Yeah, 10-minute mark, so the second catapult wave is coming through, so they can definitely look to take this tower, but at the same time too, no one might want to try to threaten the mid lane as he's got Dragon Form in about 20 seconds and he has his own catapult, of course. Roger is spooked up as well with Solo in that mid lane. They want to try to set up on a kill, and whoever makes the rotation here to try to defend the tower, and Zy could be the culprit.
Got the Dragon Form in 2 seconds, so no one can go straight away with the ult and that extra range for the opening stun.
He does have a raindrop and some wand charges.
There we go. There's the opener, trying to buy time for Roger to get in. Zy gets the Ghost Shroud off. They're trying with the magical damage. It's enough.
They get it. He didn't get the wand off.
They burst him through the Ghost Shroud. TP's come in for Secret. Can they turn? They get the Fisher out onto no one. Mid one tries to move forward, but another stun from no one holds him in place. VP controlling the Timber Saw. They got the control. They stop him from Timber getting away. The toss as well. They killed him. Yapzor tries with the Echo Slam, but it's not enough damage. As VP take 2 kills in the middle. They have that magical burst to deal with the Necro and to deal with the Timber at this stage of the game.
And so much control too, right? The way they did that on the Timber Saw while he's chaining, they get the root off from Solo, absolutely perfect. And the way they set up, they're like, oh, we've got DK form coming up. We know someone's gonna try to defend this tower. Make the 2-person rotation. They punish Secret heavily. And that's the first Echo.
Used to no avail as Secret lose the fight mid and lose that tier 1 tower. No one's farm continuing to skyrocket. As this is a game where the DK is on track to get a fantastic timing on the Radiance. 2,500 gold towards the Relic.
That's going to be huge for them because, you know, that PL, the Tower Blade, we talked about it before. We saw the matchup earlier, but throwing in DK with the Radiance, tides can definitely turn. It's not like this time Yapzor's playing a Rubik where he can turn into a Tower Blade and get the reflection and get the benefit of that Radiance. He's playing an Earthshaker, so a little bit of a difference here. Nisha will be fortunate to find a DD down bottom to increase his farming speed. So far though, VP, a little bit of better movements as they've claimed themselves like a 1k gold advantage. They've claimed that mid tower too, the most important tower in the game. But Secret, it's not like they're not punching back. They do get the bottom one, and they do have this PL who is farming very nicely.
Smart movement here from VP. To get close to Zy, they're slowing down with the Nova. Rogers in with the Avalanche. Zy.
Toss back, does he get it?
He's got a lot of health to run around with, and now mid one, he's there with the counterplay. Chakram slow onto Solo, looks to burst him. The stun from no one holds it back. Solo will still fall as the neutral creep gets the deny upon him. Zy will kill off Roger in return.
It looks like Roger. I was wondering who's going to try to build the Spirit Vessel this game. It's actually going to be Roger on the Tiny. A little bit of a different approach, but versus a Timber Saw and versus a Necrophos, it's probably the most valuable item they can buy.
7-6 at the moment. This Dragon Knight just looking so far ahead at this point in time. He's only going to get further with that constant buff from the Empower that Pash is granting him. As no one will hit that level 12. the relic just around the corner. It's when he's there with the Radiance. VP can just look to push with that Dragon Knight sort of at the forefront of their attempts.
Yep.
It's going to be hard for Secret really to totally beat down on them at the point where Nisha is more focused on getting that Diffusal Blade done, getting sort of that first defensive item like the Manta or the BKB before he really goes head-to-head in fights with VP's full 5-man.
They'll probably get some like similar item timings too. I mean, like good cohesion of item timings on VP.
Bishop controls there, mid-one's on top of them. A surprise from the Invis Rune will allow them to kill off Roger.
Misses the tree.
Oh, Roger, no! Surely not! And indeed it is. Mid-one will find him. A little bit of a messy one, and again, having to use that Echo Slam to make sure they do get the kill.
So they should be able to get the mech as well as that Radiance out on the similar timing on VP for them to put the pressure on and look to capitalize onto Secret. But at the same time, too, YapzOr, we're talking about he's going to have a fast blink. He's got it after these bounty runes.
Okay. No Echo for 2 minutes, though. So limited in the plays that he can offer.
But he's going to have a blink dagger on his side, and they've got a Timber who can jump in and out of the fights while on the side of VP.
It is a lot of magical burst.
They don't have anyone getting a blink for a very long time, as we saw. Pasha, he's going for a mech. He's going for the more defensive, just run together as a unit around our DK build.
Here we have it, Zai. Hard target for them to come in on. Pasha does not want to try with an RP.
Bottom lane.
Bottom. Again, the two of them, YapzOr and mid-one, finding Roger for the second time down here within a minute. CVP starting to charge forward. But sort of going for this Radiance build and not having a Blink or a Shadow Blade, it makes it hard for VP in terms of initiation.
Absolutely, yeah.
But that Radiance build is going to be a good time. Halfway on the goal for the recipe. Quick double stack of the Ancients will bring him ever so close. It's no one. 16 minutes in, it's nearly there for him.
YapzOr looking to make an aggressive play immediately again up top.
Skewer forward. Puppy's here as well. Pasha, I don't think there's any escape from him. He's got a TP, but they've got more than enough stuns. He's pretty... okay,
the Fissure
sort of put YapzOr in a position where he couldn't get there.
Oh, Puppy.
He fissured, the trees were in he couldn't get him close enough to get an Enchant Totem and Aftershock proc on.
Puppy had a tango too there, but yeah, they didn't. I mean, that's something where YapzOr thought he would be able to walk through that tree line, but wasn't able to.
Solo found himself a Timber Saw. One says he's found him. No one is there. So is Ramses. A global is going to be popped here by Puppy.
He really wants to just protect mid one. Even if he has a haste, there are some stuns, and it looks like mid one is probably going to be able to get out of that one anyway, but yeah, Puppy being extra careful. And like we said, this is a game, mid one, he's playing Timber Saw. He's going to look to run around and just kill people. Sai given a good amount of opportunity to just farm up. He's got the hood finished. Also just going for tanky. It's a vitality booster, so he can be the front line for his team as well with that Timber.
Solo coming off the back of the smoke, gets the slow onto Puppy. And there's no global to worry about as Puppy gets burned. Looking down. Mid-one trying to turn, gets the Chakram connection onto Solo. Won't be enough to bring him out. As Solo will survive, Pasha has managed to separate Zai up top. This time he will use the RP. He knows that VP have the numbers to surround Zai. He'll pop the Ghost Shroud, but again, they've got control to offer through it with the Avalanche and the stun. Do they have the damage though? Zai, he gets off another Death Pulse. He doesn't actually die yet. He's trapped up though by the Fissure.
The Echo!
Oh, YapzOr! Oh, he's in! The Echo is perfect. The turnaround is beautiful. Secret take 4.
Oh my god, they couldn't bring down Zai. He's so tanky.
They couldn't kill him.
He took the strength talent, he got a vitality, he got a hood.
And he was on strength, Trent.
Yep.
Every little bit.
Holy crap, they get the turnaround.
They just tunnel visioned in upon him. It looked at this, like, YapzOr with that Fissure was like, oh, hang on, Zai's trapped, but it didn't matter. They needed to kill off Zai before time was brought for the rest to come in. I mean, at this moment in time, Secret is still behind the tier 1. It takes them time to get over here, but the time is there. Zai survives. Lockdown comes through. YapzOr gets himself perfectly in position with this blink play. Fire! Gets the double Echo on, I think, all 4 of them.
Yeah, Ramses was trying to get the Sunder off, but those ripples from the Echo just brings him down.
These sort of plays on the Shaker that we've come to expect to see time and time again from YapzOr, and they're happening here. Game 5 of the Kuala Lumpur Major Grand Finals. 2-1-10
these kills adding up, right? Like Zai being able to get those kills early on makes him so tanky. He's got a full Crimson Guard. Now he needs to itemize so that he can be able to remove that Spirit Vessel that's probably going to come out relatively soon on the Tiny. So he's going to go back for that Yules. Great defensive item for him. But yeah, this Blink on YapzOr being so early picked up, it can do so much work in this game, absolutely.
And they're ready to try and enable some more action.
They're all about fighting. They've got an Arcane Rune on mid one too, so that damage, it's going to be super high. And Nisha, he's been left alone for a very long time. Already up to 189 last hits. Defusal Yasha on the way to Manta. He is a good 2,000 gold above the Terrorblade. And that's a Terrorblade who's had to empower a lot of the times too while jungling. But Secret, that it will just keep these threats up with all these movements.
It is on solo. And the trees will go for the TP out. He'll make it back to safety. Pasha trying to TP as well. Will they see him in time? They don't. Pasha escapes. VP are out of there and away from the smoke movement from Secret. Secret starting to take this lead, 13-7, 20 minutes in, 4K in both gold and experience.
VP need a better way to start the fight. They have no one who can actually just go in. They just have like these walk up and stuns, while Secret, they've got great counter initiation and great initiation. They need someone to start the front lines, as we see no one. He's queued up a Blink Dagger after that Radiance. It's the build that he did the other day as well, but they need something to be able to get that quick initiation. But focusing on Zai is not the option at all anymore. This hero is far too tanky for them to deal with. They need the Spirit Vessel to be finished up on Roger for to get some charges if they want to go for that before the Yules is finished up. Secret. They are absolutely looking to take these engagements. All right, they're looking ready to set up some aggressive wards, and Nisha wanted to try to threaten a Roche, but he still doesn't kill it that fast as the PL. Instead wanted to claim this last tier 1 tower in the mid lane so they can have a better, better avenue into that Roche and not allow VP to have the best plays into it. As they, we said, they set up the vision already to prepare for it in the next few stages.
Both teams with real potential around the pit.
Yeah.
RPs, Echo Slams. Of course, until that Blink is finally there on Pasha, it's going to be that little bit easier for Secret to execute when it comes to the 5v5s.
Yeah, and he's still going for the Greaves because he's versus Global Silence. He has to watch out for that Global in a lot of these times. They've got Manta on Ramses, but the rest of their heroes, they've got no ways just yet to get rid of that Global when it comes out. Zai deviates a little bit from the Yules. Similar item, though, the Lotus Orb. Just things to be able to purge off that Spirit Vessel. Gives him some armor, at least, to be able to tank through the physical damage that VP does absolutely have in their lineup.
Can also really mess with the Terrorblade in these early fights. Yeah. Ramses absolutely relying on getting a successful Sunder off to give him that bonus life to continue fighting, especially when behind. Lane mid one. Will show Secret are in position to defend this if VP go for a full push, but VP, they're backing away from this. They don't want to dive too far top at this tier 1 tower.
Secret looks like they want to give it up, though. Not a place that they want to get surrounded on and take a fight. They've got Nisha farming incredibly well. They've got this, Timbersaw getting close to another item too. They're all right with losing this one with the way that the game pace has been going for themselves. No, near a 5k gold lead and 6k experience lead for them right now. But they're still sitting behind Zai. They have Zai in the front lines. He is just too tanky for them to bring down before the initiation. The counter initiation is going to come from Secret.
Teams, just avoiding one another for now.
Zai always goes and takes the risky farm immediately. Ports to the back tower, so he gives his team the opportunity to port quickly in that front tower if he does need any backup. And Secret, they're already smoked up looking for something. They even throw a scan, so Zai playing a little bit careful here.
They know that VP is still up here.
Yeah. Puppy, that means that they get the scan out, so they're going to expect there's vision around here too. So Puppy, he already has the 3 sentries prepared to try to take this out.
VP are still sticking around. It's mid one.
He runs into Roger.
Got eyes on Roger. Straight in he goes. Roger tries for the TP. Knows he cannot afford to do so. There's a lot of stun coming out. He'll throw out a nice 4-man avalanche, but it will not save it. They punish Roger for VP's presence on Secret's half of the map.
Now they can have Ramses get more involved, though. Like we said, the big timing from this game meant to BKB, so he can look to fight without getting completely controlled by both that Shaker and also not having to worry so much about that global. And we see the Greaves as well finished up for Pasha, so same thing, not having to worry about that global as much. They give Nisha a bottle.
That got the high ground vision, no one.
The global.
With the jump, the global comes out, but BKB's there from Ramses and with the metamorphosis,
Middle
he brings
shredded.
down the Timber Saw. Timber's dead, Mid-One's out of it, Nisha's in trouble as well. He's trying to walk away,
dead.
but they know which one the real one is as they focus him down. Ramses turning up big time with the BKB reveal on the Terrorblade.
Having that high ground positioning there, mid one, not tanky enough, and now Puppy.
Oh, they've found themselves a bonus. No one jumps up to the high ground, catches out the silencer.
Are they going to look to go for some type of buyback play here? They know the BKB was used on Ramses. They do have it available for Nisha, but not for mid one.
You can see with Pasha, Roger sweeping over. They're just making sure there's no chance for Zai or Yapsor to do anything around this Roshan pit. They know that they have the numbers advantage. RP being used. They want this Necro dead, and they should get it. It'll buy some time with the Ghost Shroud, but the magical damage with the Skewer is there. VP taking 4 kills from Secret. The Roshan still stands, but potentially not for long. Ramses heads straight back into the pit. Doesn't have the meta, but he has that extra damage from the Empower. Secret unlikely to be able to do too much about this.
Mid one not having an armor item either. So in that fight, he did not have the reactive armor stacks before he walks up, and it's an empowered Terrorblade with meta.
It hits so hard at this
so
point.
damn hard.
As they've got it, Ramses now with the Aegis.
The absolute best positioning there for VP possible.
Fight to Pasha, being brought incredibly close to having the Blink Dagger of his own on top of the Greaves.
VP could not have asked for a better scenario. As that gets him close to, like you said, the Blink on the Magnus, the BKB close to the DK2, so Global gonna be countered quite heavily now by the majority of their heroes. And Nisha, who was, I mean, he's still top of that net worth, but he just gets, he got absolutely decimated in that fight.
They have to really rely on Yapsor just getting in with that huge AoE lockdown before BKBs are out. Otherwise, large amounts of the damage that Secret can do at this point are just rendered useless if the BKBs come into play.
I thought I saw mid one pick up I thought I saw him pick up Arcane Boots, and then he has to actually sell his bottle so that he can finish up the Bloodstone afterwards. I think maybe he sold it or something. I didn't see actually what happened, but I definitely saw him pick up Arcane Boots, and then he didn't have the energy booster anymore. Now he's got the Bloodstone finish and immediately queues with the Shivas. He needs just some type of base armor without him just rely on reactive armor stacks. Because if he just gets jumped immediately, he's sitting only at 3.
VP out to look for another push potentially. Metamorphosis is back. They want to get something done with the Aegis. Ramses is he's close to Scotty, so the temptation is going to be there for him to finish that one off before they look for a fight potentially.
I mean, they've got a lot of information on the map though. Look at this whole top side for VP. They've got what, like 8 or 9 sentries placed around, 2 or 3 wards that they've been playing around the Vision too.
It's VP, time to move.
Yeah.
They have the Blink RP ready to go on Pasha.
And they want to play around their Vision. They don't want to make the same mistake and walk into a high ground, just like Secret did before. You see Nisha farming too.
Heading straight towards the PL, Nisha.
They've got
trying to
instant
retreat,
stun.
but indeed no one. He finds the opening. Roger has the time to move in with the follow-up lockdown. Nisha is gone.
These wards that they placed earlier, solo, just able to get them down. They did not get dewarded by Secret, and they've done so much work.
With this tower, that will be the goal for Ramses to complete the Skadi.
And he still has the meta. And they just used DK form. They can look to knock on Secret's high ground.
Nisha does not
have buyback. He bought the Reaver.
They need some incredible sort of defenses, Secret, if they wish to hold on to at least the tier 3. Maybe the Rex in trouble as well. VP amping up the pressure. Ramses incredibly huge on this Terrorblade. Jump forward for no one. They're straight into the base. They're on top of Puppy. The silence is gone. He'll buy back immediately. But the tier 3 tower falls. Beside found onto no one. It doesn't do too much damage at all as he was not already low. He's got the BK
mid one.
They're moving towards mid one. RP from Pasha. Mid one is gone.
He's up in 10 seconds though. He's got the Bloodstone.
As VP, they'll turn back towards at least the range racks. Can they get more? Ramsey's falling low. He's walking in for the Sunder, back up to full.
And this Rax also. They're looking to be a bit afraid, though, as everybody's respawning. The PL, the big threat, they don't have their ultis available.
Get the curse onto Roger. Yapsel holds back on the Fisher, though. VP will be allowed to disengage, playing it safe.
What a swing of momentum.
5k lead in gold and experience now for Virtus.pro. Oh, they do get they got the Fisher. Yapsel just in range to find the TP cancel.
They do get a retreat kill.
You get something, but still not enough to swing the game back in Secret's favor. It's VP standing strong. They have the heart now finished for Nisha.
Yeah, he's still very farmed. It just, mid one has heavily dropped off after that, that time he died going into the high ground. Just 2 back-to-back deaths. Really slowing down the momentum for Secret.
Going to show mid one here. Maybe looking for a bit of a bait. Yapsel is hidden behind him. With the Echo combo available, Ramsey's going to charge forward. Mid one and Nisha starting to poke. Illusions are in, beginning to drain the mana of Ramsey's. Secret will get the space to take the tier 2 tower bottom. So they want to fight, no one. He actually finds Yapsel. This is the perfect way to start the fight. BKB committed as well with the reflection. They'll chase down Yapsel. The BKBs are out. Yapsel can't do anything about this. As they lose the Shaker, mid one, he's doing his best to escape. Will turn around with the Chakram, but with the BKB still active on Ramsey, he closes the gap. Mid one has to suicide.
No one finding the best target possible there. Jumping on top of Yapsor, and instantly, Secret, they cannot take a fight if the Earthshaker is controlled.
Yapsor's got to be way more careful with his positioning. It's very hard for sure, but they need him to get the jump off. If he gets found at the start of the fight, the team fight's over.
They're immediately running toward mid for his eye. He was able to dispel that reflection right away. But yeah, I mean, Yapsor is literally the only team fight control for Secret, so has to be very wary of his positioning.
VP hungry to finish off that Rax now in the middle. They do have the full lineup back in the game on Secret. VP can look for the outer objectives, take the shrines away. Secret start to poke their heads outside of the base in the middle. VP won't look to make a jump upon them. They do now fight without the Aegis. Metamorphosis back up, but still 40 seconds between now and the next Elder Dragon form for no one.
Secret now very much so on the back foot, though, as this Timber Saw, like we said, he got slowed down so heavily now. They're pretty much playing this very defensive aspect as they're sitting behind Nisha a lot of the times. But they have to be able to push out these lanes. They can't let VP just farm and farm and farm with this Empower on these 2 big cores that are going to be able to carry this game in the later stages because of how much they've slowed down mid one. And it's all about map control. In this type of game, just pushing down the waves, keeping them pushed out, keeping them shoved in, so that you can secure those bounty runes, secure the Roche.
This game not going to get any easier at this rate for Secret. They have to find perfect play, perfect team fight. Lots of pressure on Yapsor to start any sort of engagement off. Just buying some sort of lockdown and safety to allow mid-one to get in and do damage without the threat of being immediately melted by these high DPS physical damage carries.
Yeah, we saw how much Nisha was able to do with the PL versus the Terrorblade the last time, but now he's not only versus the Terrorblade, he's versus a Dragon Knight who's incredibly farmed. No one is also queued up a heart. He's gotten the GPM talent too, so he's like, all right, we don't need to actually end this soon. We can go for the continuous scaling. I'm gonna be a big core because I have a Radiance versus a PL. These illusions are not that much of a threat. Secret though, they're trying to catch VP before they're all set up here. Can they find the opportunity?
All eyes on Yapsel to make that jump happen. They head towards the top. Roger, the one showing at the moment on the tower. Yapsel's going to reveal with the Fisher. The Chakram slow out as well. VP there holding themselves back. Roger getting bursted pretty low. Down to half, reprecise there. They'll kill off Roger. They'll get one. Global Silence now comes out from Puppey. They'll get the illusions onto no one. They're trying to chase down for more, but it's hard. They know that if they push on, there's every chance of being caught out by a counterplay from Pasha's Magnus. So they'll back off. They'll accept the kill as it is.
Yeah, they don't have any wards up here. They only have the wards down bottom, so they're satisfied with at least 1 kill. The VP, they're content with this too. They'll be like, all right, we can just go back and farm ourselves. And they've got this deep vision too. Like, they've got this base ward that's been there for the entire duration of it. They see Puppey going back, so they know. that Zai and only a few heroes can be top. They don't have the silencer there. No one buys the full heart. 4,300 HP on this DK now. Taking this man down is going to be a huge problem for Secret, and the longer he's alive in the fight, the harder it comes for Nisha to actually be that relevant carry inside of the engagement.
Nisha needs that butterfly ASAP. They need every bit of damage output they can get Secret to take down these beefy cores.
Even with the butterfly though, still like that evasion, it's all gonna build up. The Terrorblade also has a butterfly of his own. The Radiance, like we've been keep mentioning. Nisha's not gonna have the damage by himself. They need mid one and Zai to carry their weight too.
The Radiance, the Empower as well. Just so many ways for VP to cut through this PL army.
Yeah. Like we said, most important thing in the next thing for most important thing for VP in the next few moments is that Roche. So we see they're positioned 4 or 5 heroes in the area. They've already placed a ward and a defensive sentry too to keep the eyes on it. The next big target also is just take out that shrine. If they're able to take out the shrine, then the avenue for Secret to get into that Roche is a lot harder.
The game, as you say, slowing down a little bit. VP more than happy to play it at this pace. May just be about to be ready for some more action though. Smoke is out on Solo. VP grouped up close to the pit and ready to make a move.
Yeah, they could look to, walk into the pit, smoke, and then walk outside and look for take a fight. Get some high ground vision as well.
For Secret, they are split up. 3 at the moment in their jungle, 2 down bottom.
Catch a glimpse of mid one for a second here.
Will Secret lose anyone here? Mid one.
He's playing a bit careful.
They'll be aware that they're all off the map. And mid one, he's hugging his tower. He knows that with nobody showing on the side of VP, the map is incredibly dangerous.
Yeah, bottom side's pushing in a bit. They literally see nobody, so he's playing a bit defensive. But now Roche spawns. Ramses looks to start it. They're committing completely onto it, and they kill it so fast with the double Empower.
Even if Secret are aware of this, I don't think there's any chance of them getting here in time.
No, they can't contest this.
Falls so fast to the power of VP.
And this, I mean, Ramses just finished up a butterfly, right? He's already got 4,400 gold, or 4,900 gold and an Aegis now. And they're just continuing to scale. 12K gold lead. Experience just about 5,000, and we're gonna glance at the Dota Plus win rate. How is it looking right now? We'll see it in a moment. Before the fight does kick off.
Ready to push on Nisha.
Does have a butterfly. Like we said, it's gonna make him a little bit more durable in the fights, but his damage is still gonna be extremely limited.
Yep, so it's so close to having the Aghanims complete. A couple of 100 gold and it will be there.
As we see that 83% win rate right now for VP. And like we said, they're content with farming. They're all right with this.
They know that it's almost impossible for Secret to catch back up in farm.
And for them to outscale, because it's not just a Terrorblade versus a PL this time, it's a DK who's incredibly farmed. And Magnus always gives you a really good win condition too. When he's just, if he's able to get a multi-hero RP, it's a 3.75 second BKB piercing disable. And they don't have BKBs anyway, but just that long duration disable is more than enough.
With the Greaves, Shadow Blade, and Blink, he's got all the tools, Pasha, to find that perfect jump.
He sees Zai right now. They're gonna look for him.
No one.
Blink.
Zai, quickly with the Blink away. Fisher will be laid down to try and stop VP from going any further, and Zai TP's immediately back to base. VP in position though to push down mid. They want this melee rack's gone. Secret, how will they respond? They've brought the whole team back for this defense. Still with good time left on the Aegis. Ramses meta's out. He's ready to push in. Secret, what can they do? Can they even kill him the once on this Terrorblade? It's going to be so hard. So clear out the creep wave. Ramses will back off and back away. VP do retreat for now. The creep wave pushing in on the bottom. They can look to take the outer tier 2 towers for the remainder of this meta. There's just so much farm, so much gold on Ramses.
I thought I was missing something. Just losing the TV, it seems, for a moment for the crowd. And Ramses, again, we see him do this all the time. He's like, solo, come here. All right, Sunder, thank you. Full HP. 8,200 gold. They're just continuing to grow this lead more and more as Secret is just trapped in the base.
We've seen this story all too many times from the Terrorblade in this meta. Do Secret have some sort of way to deal with him? Ramses getting closer and closer to just full power.
They just don't have the way to outscale if VP just plays the farm game, and that's what they're doing. It just gets harder and harder for Secret, as we said, mid one. He had hit his peak. That 1 or 2 deaths just completely shut him down. I mean, Ramses actually queued up a second butterfly, by the way, in this game, because, like you said, the evasion reigns supreme versus a PL, as he can't build MKB.
The illusions are in, onto the
He doesn't
racks.
want to build MKB, at least.
Get the first fish around onto him, Chakraman Dagon, bursting him down a little bit. Still so much HP to work with that Skadi. Still the Aegis in touch. He does lose a lot of mana, pretty much the entirety of it, with the illusions being spammed out.
Maybe he looks to get an MKB of his own, because he now sees that the PL has finished the butterfly. He can't. I saw him like hitting the illusions. He's actually missing quite a lot. Ramses finds himself an illusion rune. They've got full map control too, so they'll get all those bounty runes, and we're at the 40-minute mark, so the double rune's gonna start coming out, and those double catapult waves, they started a bit ago, but double runes, whenever you have map control, those DDs, those illusions, they are aplenty. Secret starts stepping outside the base here, but a very sneaky ward by VP does scout out Zai. Zai has to be very careful here. Invis.
Closing in, Ramses, I mean, he's found himself on top of Puppy.
Uh-oh.
The silence again.
And they found Zai.
They're on top of Zai. Global silence comes out as Puppy buys back Pasha. He has used the RP onto Zai, or skewer him back away from Zai's teammates, as Zai falls.
He does
not have buyback.
Oh my God.
Dead for 70 seconds. Ramses ready to move in.
Second
He's
butterfly.
got that second butterfly. He has an incredible amount of damage as he's straight in onto the barracks. They'll take
They're
down
on mid one.
Jolly, and they found mid one. He's dead. He's got buyback available. He's dead for 60 seconds. Nisha is on top of the Terrorblade. Aegis still there for Ramses as VP. They'll move from the middle lane straight towards the bottom.
10 seconds left on the Aegis, though. Ramses trying to back up, just be a little bit careful.
They don't want to use the buyback on mid one, but they may have to. As VP onto second set of racks. No one tearing through the range racks. Himself back up to full with the cheese. Ramses is back in as well. It's going to be a second set of racks for VP. And no one jumping forward, looking for an opportunity to get in on top of Nisha. Nisha keeps the distance. He'll send the Spirit Lance out, start to drain the mana of the Dragon Knight. 20 seconds before mid one and Zai are back in the game.
They burned all of no one's mana. He still has BKB available, though. The meta's also down, but
I mean, just the damage.
look
Ramses,
how hard he hits with this Empower.
The double butterfly is absolutely destroying the racks. Nisha trying to get a hit in, but Nisha's out of mana. He's got to back off.
They've got
the BKB's being committed. Ramses wants the mega creeps, and he's got a good shot of finding a Pasha, skewering Secret away from any sort of potential defense. Yapsol jumps in. The Echo onto 2. Do they have the damage? Ramses gets the top.
Oh my God.
Ramses back up to fall. Puppy is dead. They'll lose Yapsol at mid one. They do buy back on the 2 of them, but Nisha falls. He'll buy back, but Secret, they only have 3 left to defend with. Fisher's out. Nisha straight away on top of the DK. They have finished off no one. They need more out of this though. Ramses flutters away with the butterflies.
They've got what they came for. They got the Megas. They're fine with anything that happens here. No one
They're
even
ready
buys.
to close the game. No one buys back. Jumps in straight away. Elder Dragon fall back. A Pasha. RP. Out onto mid one. They have the control. Mid one, can he get himself out of this? The skewer to the side. He's being kept alive for a little bit of time, but the burst is there. Ramses godlike on the Terrorblade. GG is called. And Virtus.pro are your Kuala Lumpur major champions. A team that had incredible results last season, and at the start of a new DPC, they are looking to be just as hot.
And such a big win, right, too. It was looking like Secret, they had good control of this game, but that one fight, they get the BKB, the Manta on the Terrorblade, they get a high ground position, Secret walks up, and bam, everything turns into VP's favor from there.
They played it absolutely perfectly here in this game 5 VP. I mean, this group of individuals, Solo, Ramses, No One, Pasha, and Roger, they've shown us phenomenal Dota in the past, and in this DPC, they're doing it again. Is there a team more scary than Virtus.pro? I don't think so. As ladies and gentlemen, your Kuala Lumpur major champions, Virtus.pro!
Buddy, how's it feel to start off the year like this, winning the first major, hands down?
That was really difficult. I hope this is the last. I know this is the last day in this patch. I just hate it, and I hope in future everything will be just better.
He should say that he feels the same as the last year, actually.
Fantastic. Well, we won't see that patch for much longer. Sir, cool, calm, collected, all day. Look at this guy. Any words for the fans out there?
Thank you guys for your support. It's really important for us.
The brains behind the team, sir. What was it like preparing for this? Did they Team Secret bring it? How did you guys end up winning in the end?
I don't know. It's a miracle.
It's not a miracle. You guys played some incredible Dota. All right. Talk to me about the team, buddy. This is a major. You've done it. You've won the big one. The boys, what's next for you?
Next major?
Yeah, next major. Ramses, you get the hardest question. Your Terrorblade, unbelievable. He's dead now, baby. What's the next hero?
He's the best.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm best.
All right, sounds good. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, you major winners, Virtus.pro. We're going to get some more info back at the panel. Sheever, back to you.